Hi and welcome to the Shortcuts Clinic demonstration. My name's Kelly and I'll be guiding you through exactly how this new clinic feature works. So I'm just going to hop into Shortcuts. Okay, so the new clinic feature has come just a little bit after another feature of ours called Contraindications has been released, and I wanted to show you both in this session just because I think they're both really applicable to a clinic situation. So what I'm going to do is if I'm going to make an appointment for someone for some Botox and click Done, I'll say they're a new client and they may be coming in for some Botox in room 3 and perhaps some vein therapy also for 15 minutes, and that's in room 6. So you'll notice that there's these new icons here, and that is a little contraindication sign. And what that basically means is that it's going to ask me a question if I book these services in, and I have to answer in an appropriate way to be able to have that service. So this particular question is, for Botox, have you had a consultation? If the answer is no, it won't allow this service to be booked in. If they're unsure, you can select this and make sure they have had a consultation before they do come in, or you can hit yes and they get a green tick and they can go ahead and book that service. So this is one of the new features called contraindications. Okay, so now that I've made that booking, what I basically want to go through and show you is how our new clinic feature works. And the clinic feature basically encompasses what we call a visual treatment record. So what I'll do is I'll actually go and I'll double click on this appointment for Daphne. And I can go into the history of that particular card. And there's this new button here called Treatment. So if I select Treatment, with our Shortcuts history screen, you can still select a particular day and service and write notes in that area, and select the next date and write more notes just below here. But if you want a visual treatment record, what we need to do is select Treatment. And it comes up with a woman's face here. Now, the reason we've got two different faces is that the line drawing is to put any lines on for fillers and things like that. Now, the actual muscle drawing we found is a lot better for placing Botox in there as well. So I'll use Botox as an example. So let's say, for example, with this one, we'll go a consultation. She's had a Botox consultation, or perhaps even a lip enhancement. Let's do that one. So what we can do is select the area and put the dosage in. So it may be 2 units. I can say what batch number this comes from, and then I can also select the product itself. So I might say I'm using Botox for that. Hit Add, and I can also pop some notes in here too. And then hit Done. So I can go ahead and pop units wherever I need them to be. Normally what you do is select the service and pop the appropriate units there. Say for example I select anti-wrinkle injection. I can pop that over here and I'll say 5 units, the batch number, and again select my product. You can set it so it automatically selects the product, so you don't have to click this every single time. So once you select the product for the first time, you can then go ahead and put as many units as you want all over the face without having to select the product again. So that is setting up your units. Then if you see I'm hovering over this one, and I can actually, when it turns green underneath there, I can actually pick it up and drag it to somewhere else if I put it in the wrong spot. So that is setting up for your Botox. Now if you want to pop some fillers in, what you do is just click and draw over the face, and then I can put in here my dosage again. You don't need to put a dosage or a batch number. I'm just doing that as an example. You can leave certain areas blank if you need to. They're not all mandatory fields. Okay, and again pop some notes in there and then hit Done. Now if you had other services in here, so for example I've got another one called vein therapy, that may be on the legs. So I'll select vein therapy and I can change from face to body, and then I can mark things out on the legs. So I may select an actual service and then I can pop a marker on there just like I did with the Botox, or again I can draw by clicking and dragging and then filling in the appropriate details. Okay, then the last one I have here is hands as well. So you can also make different marks on the hands and indicate different treatments you've done there as well. Okay, if you do make a mistake with anything that you've done, you can always delete it. So if I go back to face and I select a particular marker, if I go back to anti-aging, I can select that particular one and I can go and delete that also. So you can do a number of different things in this area, and then you can also scroll back and forth, so go previous and next to see the visual treatment record that has happened in the past as well. Okay, if you want to, you can also then skip into the card from this area and fill in any appropriate details. Okay, so that is your visual treatment record and our clinic feature. So I'll skip back to here and just show you up on the screen is our contact information. We've got info@shortcuts.com.au if you need to contact anyone about any more information, or you can contact your sales representative. We also have our Facebook page up on the screen, and if you need to call, our number is 1300 667 374. Thank you so much for your time today, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.